Wondering what the best AI tools for marketing are in 2025? In this video, I'll show you the exact stack that saves over 10 hours a week, tested this month and designed for small business owners and entrepreneurs. And I'll cover both the free and obviously the paid side of this, so you have two different versions that you can potentially build out your systems with. This video is all about the best AI tools for marketing in 2025. Most people think you need dozens of expensive tools to make AI work, but the truth is you only need one clear workflow and a focused stack. That's what are the main things. In this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all the tools that are simple, affordable, and save real time. Because at the end of the day, we all want to save real time. Plus, I'll answer some of the common questions that come up about privacy, pricing, and whether these tools actually work on a day-to-day basis. So pretty much the roadmap going forward for the video is we're going to have a beginner-friendly stack, which is going to go over different elements. We're going to have the pro stack, again, which is going to see variations of these elements. Again, our tools that we use as an all-in-one place, privacy and pricing. And pretty much at the end of the video, what I'm going to do is show you two quick workflows you can copy today and implement it straight into your business. What we're going to do now is focus on the first, which is obviously the beginner stack, and all these tools are going to be used free. You have complete access to them for free. Obviously, we have limitations to what can actually be used on it, but how much it can be used. But again, we have it for the basic for free for the time being. So with that, what we're going to use is ChatGPT, Canva AI. Obviously, we're going to have YouTube open, and then what we're going to do is jump over to Notebook LM. And what my process for this and my example here is what I'm going to do is try and see how we can go about either creating two things, using our own content to repurpose, and obviously creating potential Instagram reels or posts or something like that. So first things first, what I'm going to do here is jumping over to my own YouTube channel. Again, you can grab this kind of content from anyone, but I'm using my own video. So you can see here quick and easy thumbnails, and all I've done is clicked open this here. From there, all I'm doing is grabbing the link, opened up Notebook LM. This is a powerful tool still that allows you to really understand and get breakdowns of difficult concepts, or potentially just making life much easier for yourself. So with that, all I've done is clicked up here to add a source, added the link, my YouTube link. Here you can see it over here on the left hand side. I have two options then. I've pretty much asked it for what are the key areas talked about in the video, and I've asked it to generate a briefing document of the entire video, which you can see has done here. And all I've done is I've copied this entire content, jumped back over here to ChatGPT, inputted all this information into it. All I've asked to do is I wanted to create some Instagram reels based on that information, and within a few seconds you can see how quickly we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different reels completely broken down, but again broke down to match our original YouTube video in this instance. Now, as I said, you can really play around with this and test different scenarios and test obviously long form content, short form, images generation, the whole lot. But what we want to do now is I've asked it to create just a background if I can, and all I've done here is just going to Digital Workspace 5, Control C, jumping over to Canva AI, paste it in there, say we want to create an image, we want to create the style, we wanted cinematic concept 16:9, that's the aspect ratio. So again, obviously, if we're doing this on Instagram, apologies here, I should have set that to something different. So again, what I'll do is change it to this one, and again, pretty much ask it to do the same thing, and it's going to change the entire aspect ratio for us to allow us to actually go and start creating with it. So here's the actual background now. So as I said, this could be the cover image for your reel. It could be whatever you want it to be, but you can see how quickly this starts to pop out. And now what has actually happened is we've got content that is going to help obviously bringing from our own content and doubling down on it. But again, this is a completely free access for beginners, obviously, but it's a free process for anyone to get involved in, and easily they can get involved in it. Now that we're on the pro stack, the key areas here that we're going to really dive into we're going to look at Gemini AI, ChatGPT, and we're going to bring in Notion as well into the entire program. And pretty much what I'm going to do is continue on what I was doing in the last section and pretty much plan it all out and how you can actually add a bit more to it and start to build out a stronger system for your entire business of what you're wanting to do. So with that, we obviously have the general post created in ChatGPT. You can see it here. But now what we want to do is we want to get a bit more creative with the thumbnails and pretty much build them out from here. So all I've done here is I've copied this thumbnail here and opened up Gemini AI. And again, with Gemini AI, you have the opportunity to create images and stuff like that. So all I'm going to do is ask it just to create an image with And what I'll do is I'll see, can I throw, all I have is an image of myself on it. All I want to do is put myself on the image here, and again, it's a start of something. So can you place the person on the image, have the text as marketing expert under the person. So we're going to allow this to do it, and just to see what it comes up. And now again, as I said, we need to obviously dive into this much more of what it can actually create and how it can create it. But the key here is to get an understanding of how it can work. And I suppose you have it there. It's not the best. We would look to have to change it around a bit, but you can get very creative with these things. What I do like about it is it did remove the actual background. It did add the text to it. Overall, the context was there, but what's missing is the deep understanding of what AI can do and how it can potentially maybe build out an entire post for you, or build out an entire carousel post and things like that for you. One other real feature that I really like as part of this, I suppose, pro stack of AI tools to use is Notion. So if we jump up here to Notion, wherever I have it. So I have Notion up here, and this is for this video that I'm doing. I have a rough breakdown of the script. So if I wanted to now add a bit more value to myself and add more content, I suppose, to what I'm producing for the simple task, I could ask Notebook or Notion AI to create an article for me. So create an article on this information. So I asked it to, pretty much, if you can see it, hang on, I'll have to, hopefully you can see it there now. Down here in the bottom right, what I've done is I've asked it to create an article draft for me. Key takeaways, you can see the entire article now is starting to be generated. It's breaking it all down, and as I said, it's given us an idea of what's happening. So it's after going through it, and there's the article being drafted to your page, and it's actually added it down here, which is perfect. I didn't even realize this is what it does. You can see down here in the bottom left, hopefully now, that the article is after being done. So if I can close this up, hopefully bring myself back down here properly, and from there you can see the actual breakdown of the entire article of what's after happening here. So you can see now quickly I've turned pretty much a general script that I've already done the work to get to put together. I've put this together now into an actual article that could be used for your website, could obviously focus heavily on keywords and really see how everything starts to link up together. Now again, look, as I said, these are some of the pro tools that you can use. We can dive much deeper into these, but for someone that's looking for a simple stack of tools to day to day for their business, I personally think you can't go wrong with having access to Instagram Pro, Gemini AI. Obviously you have Notion access, and then again I would use other tools like Notebook LM, and it really allows you to kind of churn out that content much quicker, get a bit more structure to it. Because if I look at my content section here, these are all different pieces of content that I've created or have ready to create, and it just is a massive amount of it there to pretty much start with. But I suppose the key thing here is tools only matter if you know how to use them, you know how much they cost, and obviously you're making sure that they're safe, and privacy is the key thing here. So what I want to do is quickly touch on this point, and I see not many people that really discuss this. But first, I suppose pricing. Obviously we have our free tiers. Everything nearly has a free tier. We have ChatGPT, which has a free access. Canva AI has limited free access. Notebook is the same, and Gemini AI is the same as well, free access to a certain extent. Now, privacy in relation to all them varies. So the key thing you have to remember with majority of AI models, especially on free, is any bit of information you're given is going to be potentially used to train the models. So what's going to happen is you talk about stuff, you share stuff, that stuff is going to be used wherever in the back end that's going to be used to better train AI and update and stuff like that. Now there is instances here where when you upgrade to plans that, such as Gemini AI, I'm nearly 90% sure again that it doesn't use your own data to train and stuff like that. So again, that adds a little bit layer, I suppose, privacy and security. In terms of fees, Gemini AI, I think you can get it access for whatever workshop, for the workshop plan. So what I'm going to try and do is, hopefully my prices are right, and I'll try and leave them up here somewhere. But Gemini AI, I think, is around 13 euros per month. You can get access to that on a workshop plan. ChatGPT is 20 euros a month, again, for a simple enough plan. Notion is, I want to say, 15 euros a month for the versions I'm using here myself. Notebook LM is part of, obviously, Google. So when you get the workshop business account with Google, you're going to get access to that as well. Canva AI again is something like there's only €12 I think a month as well, but they're all very reasonably priced tools. And I suppose the key thing is, like as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if it can reduce your overall time, can produce you and obviously give you an extra, potentially 10 hours a week extra to yourself, or saving you 10 hours of work, then personally, for me, it's a no-brainer. I go for that. You're almost half a day saved in content, or a day and plus saved in content creation and working and things you have to spend on time-consuming tasks. And as I said, I've touched on the content side of things, but we can really dive deeper into this to go over a lot more areas of how it can be used on a daily basis. So as I said, what I'm going to do is quickly show you how it's a workflow you can use. Obviously, you can implement this right now, and you can do this on the free plan if you're interested in. And that is going to be a simple enough ability to reply to emails. Again, saves you a little bit of time, but really gives a lot more to the potential customers and clients, and as I said, saves you time. So in this instance, all I got ChatGPT to do is just make up a general email that someone's after sending me, and all you would do here is have your emails, copy them over and throw them into ChatGPT straight away, and just ask a reply to this in my tone and make up some answers. Now obviously this part is where you would have a bit more about your information about your business here in this scenario, but what it's going to allow you to do here is just streamline the entire process. Now, like I said before to you when I discussed about this with emails and things like that, is it gives you the opportunity, the ability to implement this right away. The next stages of this is potentially having it that it's a bit more automated, where an email comes in, AI goes through it, it throws the information into your Notion dashboard. From there, it allows you to confirm what your AI is actually creating for the reply. If you're happy and comfortable with it, you can automatically send it out. But again, what's going to happen is it's going to stay on context, stay on point, and it's not going to just ramble along. But the key thing here is it's going to go into a massive amount of information. And you can see here an email like that back from a business is going to make you feel much better and make you feel much more welcomed. As far as they're concerned, you're going above and beyond to create content or create information for them to help them make that decision that they're struggling with, and it really streamlines it. So what I'm going to do is we quickly recap the whole lot of what happened and what we discussed about. So we started with the free beginner. So as I said, the free beginner stack upgrade, and you can upgrade to the pro stack as you kind of advance and get more comfortable with AI. As I said, AI can be daunting for a lot of people, but this is going to give you the opportunity to kind of ease yourself into it. Go with the free ones, see how it can use it, and eventually you will get to a position where you get more comfortable, you will start implementing it more, and you will see then that you realize that you need to go up the levels a little bit more to the paid versions. However, paid versions are not going to cost a small fortune unless you're going for something crazy, but most of the cases is always 10-15 euros maybe a month for each of these programs. But as I said, it's a massive reduction because it's almost giving you like an extra 1 or 2 staff members there. If this helped, hit the like and subscribe button. If you're interested in learning more about this, let me know in the comments. I've also built out a community if you're interested in joining. The link should be below in the description. And if you got this far, this video that I post somewhere on either side of me here is going to go into more ways of how you can use AI and how it can actually save you time in more detail. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.